Be the lowest yield close since June 20th of last year. So we were initially in July. We keep comping back farther and farther. You know the drill. Treasuries are really auguring that something is fishy in the global economy. And I agree. But I think what's fishy is a red herring. Okay? There's so many red herrings out there. It's amazing to me that we have a global economy that's calibrated in managing things like rates down to very low levels, predicated on the back of much debt, and yet we can look at an equity market globally, whether it's the DAX or the Dow or the S&P or the French stock market, we can see that they go up, but the amount of kicking the tires with regard to that activity is minimal, even though we know that there are earnings discussions to have that may be simpler than trying to dissect exactly what's going on with rates, but we are calibrated for virtually extremely low interest rates, and of course that makes a huge difference in the earning power of corporations. But maybe the key is we're in a global economy, and I don't care what anybody says, it seems pretty hard for me to understand that the ECB on one hand thinks things are okay, but they're talking about more stimulus, they're talking about lower rates, and everything in the U.S. is just peachy. No, it doesn't work that way. And I think one of the biggest red herrings, by far the biggest red herring, is deflation. Okay? And this is the red herring of all red herrings, because it isn't like 1932 and 1933, where we see 30% drops in GDP, 25% unemployment, and real deflation that's chronic and systemic. No, we have bouts with small amounts of it, but they're going to make this in the ECB the kingpin, because the Keynesians have failed. Okay? You can't make everything right by managing it and turning straw into gold, because at some point a real market emerges. Okay? So whether it's Belgium or who's buying treasuries, make it China. Let's put all the strands together. We see the China currency continues to weaken. We see what's going on in the ECB as we get closer to June 5th. We saw the unemployment pop up 24,000 in Germany, one of the biggest month-over-month pops since '09. Let's put it all together. And with the U.S., it's always, well, we're relatively strong. We're stronger than they are. It doesn't matter. From a global standpoint, we are going to continue to see central banks think they can control all the pieces, but they can't. How do I know? Just look at treasuries.